I was in between university and drama school. I went to Central and did the MA in theatre producing, which is a very crazy course. And I had 3 months off between that. This is back in 2007 now. And I didn't want to sit around doing nothing for the whole summer, so I had to think about what could be out there that I've not yet explored, what might be interesting. And it was purely on my dad's recommendation because his dad, my granddad, used to be a music agent, and my uncle's a football agent. And he just said, what about being an agent? And you love acting, you love drama, all that kind of thing. Why don't you try it? So I just didn't really know what to do. I found Curtis Brown, who do a great internship. And for anyone who wants to be an agent, or at least wants to see what it's like to be working in an agency, then Curtis Brown do the best internship you could possibly do. So I luckily got in there and loved it for 3 months. Left, went off to drama school. To do producing, came out, did a lot of producing for the year after that, 24-hour plays at the Old Vic and a show called Well with Sarah Miles and Natalie Casey at Trafalgar Studios and the Apollo Theatre and the High Tide Festival and various other things. But then got to the beginning of 2009 and I wasn't sure where I wanted to go at that point, and I saw there was a position going at ARG, went for it, got it, and 3.5 years later I've literally just left. So it's been a fantastic 3.5 years there, and I wouldn't have been there if I hadn't have done that internship at Curtis Brown. Really, it really set the scene, to be honest. It's just the way people begin. I think at school, your only chance you get in this particular environment is to act, in plays and stuff, and it's only if you really figure out yourself as to what's out there behind the scenes, whether it's backstage or whether it's in an agency or producing. It always just seems that people come from the acting background and move in. So I know quite a few producers or agents or directors that have been actors at various points. I think it's just a natural beginning. I didn't start like that, but I think it is the natural way, yeah. The great thing for me, and the reason why I love the job so much, is that every day is completely different. You have no idea what projects will come along, who's going to call you, who you will need to call. And that's what excites me. It's not a job. Even though we're in an office, it's a very creative job. And you never know what's going to happen. On a day-to-day basis, it's everything from using Spotlight, for example, to suggest your actors. It's in terms of their contracts. It's in terms of going out there and trying to spot new talent, making sure that the actors that you currently represent are well looked after in whatever way that can be, whether it's a very important way with a contractual negotiation, or whether that's more day-to-day tasks, maybe even publicity and press and things like that. So all of these things can come into it, and it's just you're there to really offer your advice and guidance, and use your know-how and experience to know whether somebody should be going down a particular path or not. I mean, in terms of actors, I think you have to very much tailor yourself to what the actor wants. At the end of the day, it is a two-way relationship between an actor and an agent, and you get and you give. But at the end of the day, an agent works for the actor, from my point of view. And because when you get them a job, they pay you near enough a fifth of their wages. They're paying. So I feel actors sometimes want two different types of relationship with their agent. One, they want a very professional only relationship where it is work only, it's a job, and you get them jobs and they'll pay you, and that's fantastic. And some people want more of a personal management kind of relationship with their agent, which is just about being close on a professional level and a personal level, however that may be. So I think you have to, as an agent, tailor yourself to what kind of relationship the actor wants, rather than you dictating that relationship. And in terms of casting directors, it's the same sort of principle. Some are very chatty, some like to know you personally, some can have a chat about nothing for half an hour before you start discussing projects, but some are very quick on the phone. There's nothing good or bad or right or wrong about that. It's just everyone has their own style, and I think as the agent, as the middle person trying to balance everyone from producers to casting directors to actors, you're the one that has to be versatile in how you approach different people, and tailor it to how they do business to make it work for you. I think it's very important. I know there are a lot of people that are against agents, whether it's in this industry or music or sport or anything. There are people that feel that agents get in the way and only look out for money. But I think it's Very important in terms of protection. I think not always, but certain liberties can be taken, and actors can be very vulnerable to whether it's a financial situation or maybe how many hours on set situation, anything like that. And also, they're there knowing people, they're there, the contacts there at the hub of things, and you utilise your agent to get their personal experiences and knowledge about what you should and shouldn't be doing and how your career should go. Plus, as an actor, you don't want to be sitting around doing contracts and negotiating deals. And it's a very two-way relationship, and for that I think the role of an agent is very important. There's varying different ways of how you can do that. The main way is to use Spotlight. Spotlight is the place, to be honest. Near enough 96% of projects will come through Spotlight. Some you kind of have to suss out yourself from your own contacts. But Spotlight is the place where things first get mentioned. You can talk to producers, or the first port of call. If you have a relationship with a producer, that could be quicker and easier than waiting for things to come to Spotlight. But in any case, Spotlight is the way of getting a full comprehensive list of what's there, what the project is, what the role is, when they're shooting. Every single piece of information that you need to know about this project that can help you, can help your client, will be there. So Spotlight and submitting somebody on Spotlight is the first port of call. It's not the only port of call. That is step one. That's the biggest step, but that is only step one. You do need good relationships with people to be able to pick up the phone and email them, and you do know how to push it on further than Spotlight if you need to. Sometimes you don't, but suggesting on Spotlight is the first and most important thing. So everyone has to be on it, The two main things that I've noticed fairly recently, and it's a very American thing, but one is showreels. It used to be that headshots and CVs were it. You needed a headshot, you needed a CV, but now it's not just that. Now it's a showreel. People want to see you in action, and people that want to change agents or haven't got an agent always bemoan the fact that there's nothing for somebody to see them in, and how do they do that? And showreels is the best way. If you've got a showreel, even whether it's you and your mate with a camera, people want to see you in action. Even theatre casting directors want to see something. It's a very different genre, but they want to see something. So showreels are a key component nowadays, and colour headshots as well. As a country, for this industry, it's always been black and white. America's always been colour. And I'm not sure why at the moment, but at the moment people want to see colour headshots as well. So those are the two things that have changed in the last couple of years. And I guess it's the reliance on the internet and emails. I mean, I've not been in a situation where I've never had that, but when internet isn't working, when emails aren't working, the whole industry just doesn't work. It's as simple as that. So I've got no idea how people functioned before, when they had to use fax machines and just landline telephones. But the importance and reliance on technology is more key than ever, I think. It makes how we work a lot easier. Self-taping now can be done. Spotlight offer a fantastic service for self-taping, very quick, and it works perfectly well. But sometimes people can't get into London for Spotlight, and sometimes they're in different countries. And self-taping with your camera on your iPhone or iPad, it's not the best of quality, but at like half an hour it could be done, and it's the quickness is what's helping us. Technology really is helping things to speed along, so you don't miss any opportunities whatsoever. And as an actor, you need to help your agent by being on top of those things, and being quick to respond, because nowadays the industry is moving at such a fast pace. And Twitter and Facebook and all these things that are easily accessible, on the road or in the street. Again, key. You don't have to be in an office now or be at your home computer to make something happen in your career. You can be anywhere in the world, and that makes things so much easier. It's scary because Twitter, for example, for me is the biggest social networking tool that there is. To contact, to meet people, Twitter is incredible at how it works. And I know Twitter has a lot of negativity surrounding it sometimes, but when it works for the best, it's scary how it works. Every day people message, I see it, people come to me, but I see other people messaging other people as well about castings and jobs and what they've got going on, and setting up meetings and just meeting people that you would never normally meet, or be be connected in that way. And that's just at your fingertips. So how things will progress, who knows? But I find Twitter an incredible tool to use, and I think that if this is where we are now in 2012, who knows what's going to happen in the future? It's interesting. There's not one particular thing. I had, getting to work at ARG, which is an incredible agency, and to hone my skills there and to work with that pool of talent, both as a client and as colleagues. Working with them, it was fantastic every day, and now working at Cole Kitchenn and Raw Global, that's carried on. It's fantastic. The best thing about this job, without a doubt, is seeing something through, from an idea or just a suggestion on Spotlight, to seeing it through to the audition, to the meeting, seeing it to a recall, and then to get that offer and to do it, and then seeing it on that screen at the end of the day 6 months later, or on stage 6 months later, and knowing that you've been a part of making that happen. You can't beat that. That's the buzz. That's our buzz. Actors have a very different kind of buzz, which they say can't be replicated. That's our buzz. Getting a client a job, and that offer comes in. Doesn't matter if it's your first offer or your 5 millionth offer. It's still a brilliant, brilliant feeling. Amazing. I always play pranks on clients whenever that happens. I always sort of start by saying, how did it go? And, I don't know if it's going to happen, and I'm not sure, and then sort of come out with the good news, but that's because I'm mean. But no, there's nothing better than making that phone call and saying you got the job. It's what actors do it for, it's what we do it for, and it's the end result of a lot of hard work. So that's always, I can't point out one particular thing, but that's the thing.